Friends and active duty
Comets holding their annual Veterans Day game against the Syracuse Crunch, happening right now.
Yeah, News Channel 2's Thomas Tellerino live at the Adirondack Bank Center. He has more on the game that is currently in progress. Thomas, good evening.
Thank you, Kristen and Jason. It is hockey night in Utica. I am down here at the Adirondack Bank Center as the Comets play in their Veterans Day game against the Syracuse Crunch. Familiar foes meeting up for the third time this season. Currently, the action is in the first period, a little bit less than 10 minutes to play. Right now, we have a stoppage. Currently, Comets might have scored on a power play. They're reviewing it right now, and as I'm speaking, they have called it a no goal. So the score is tied at 0-0 in the first right now. Comets, 2 power play opportunities. They haven't been able to convert on those yet, but we'll get into some of the stats right here. First period action between the two teams, it's been back and forth physical. Not a lot of shots on goal for either team. Comets, only a handful of shots. Crunch with over 5. It's been very physical. Both teams trying to get that edge over the other. This is the third time they face off. Comets currently 0-2 against the Crunch this year. They've not scored a goal against Syracuse. In both those games, the Crunch won 4-0 and then 3-0 in the second one. It was a rough first month of the year for the Comets in October, but they started turning it around here in November. Through their first 10 games of the year, Comets are 2-7-1, and they've started to find their rhythm in the month of November, winning their first 2 games. Nico Dawes returned in between the net for the Comets. He's made some great saves for the Comets. Last time out for him, last Friday here in the Adirondack Bank Center, he had a shutout against the Belleville Senators in that 3-0 win. On the other side of the ice, you have the Syracuse Crunch, who has gotten off to a fast start. They are 8-4 through their first 12 games. They are sitting at second in the AHL North. And as I'm speaking right now, Comets score. They get their first score of the game. It is currently 1-0. The horn going off right now. Comets up 1-0 here in the first. I'll have more for you later tonight at 6 with another game update. Full highlights at 11. But for now, I'm going to throw it back to you and Jason Kristen in the studio. Reporting live from the Adirondack Bank Center, Thomas Tellerino.
Thomas, thank you. We told Thomas he has to talk until they score, and he can't stop until that happens.
And
so Thomas,
worked.
it worked.
Great job, Thomas. He's clear.
The Oneonta Weather Camera, brought to you by Curtis Lumber, now open in New Hartford.
Good evening, everyone. Thomas Tellerino here for News Channel 2 Sports. It is hockey night in Utica. I'm down here at the Adirondack Bank Center where the Utica Comets are facing off with the Syracuse Crunch for their Veterans Day game. They're honoring veterans and wearing special themed Veterans Day jerseys. Right now, this one is in the second period. Crunch took the lead, 2-1 score right now. Comets came into the second period up 1-0 after a Mike Hardman goal. It's been back and forth this whole game. Very physical game. Only about 12 to 10 shots on goal. Crunch lead that by 2 shots. Crunch took over in the second period. They had a power play and they scored on the opportunity, taking the lead. This is the third time these two have faced off with each other this season. Crunch have taken the early lead 2-0 for the series. First 2 games, Comets haven't even scored a goal. They lost 4-0, 3-0 to the Crunch. But now they have Nico Dawes back in goal, looking a little bit more competitive in these games, hoping to turn that around. And right now, Crunch is going on another power play. We'll see how that turns out. It is going to be very interesting to see how Comets react after taking the lead and then giving it right up in the second period. They had a rough month of October, started to turn things around in November. back-to-back wins, dropped one on Saturday, but here at the Aud, they've looked good in the month of November. They're looking to get the power play going. They've had 2 opportunities here tonight. Haven't been able to capitalize on them, so let's see if they can do that here in the second period. That's going to do it for me here from the Adirondack Bank Center at 6. Coming up tonight at 11, I'll have full game highlights for you from the game. Also, Colgate men's basketball at home. I will have highlights from their game against Drexel. Reporting from the Adirondack Bank Center, Thomas Tellerino, News Channel 2. We'll be right back with more news.
And now, from the sports station, here's Thomas Tellerino.
Good evening. It was a day of honoring for the Utica Comets as they honored veterans with a ceremony at the World Championship Village near the Aud, and they honored them during their game tonight for their annual Veterans Day game. Once a year, they team up with the Save the Day Foundation, and they come together to honor the local veterans for their service. The ceremony earlier in the day paid tribute to Gold Star families, local Purple Heart recipients, and citizen service members, veterans and active duty military members. They were able to get free tickets to the game as well, and were able to see the Comets live in action at the Adirondack Bank Center.
With the Utica Comets, we really appreciate and honor being able to, do things for our local veterans, and just by giving them a ticket to the game for them and their family and honoring them, on this special day, it means a lot to us, and we're also able to not just honor veterans, we're honoring our Gold Star families, our local Purple Heart recipients, and this year we're paying a special tribute to the citizen service members, those National Guard and Reserve forces.
Now that brings us to hockey night in Utica, where the Comets took on the Crunch. Look for their first win against Syracuse this season. We start in the first, about 5 minutes left, and then watch this. Lenny Habano, he's going to get a rebound shot here, buries it for his first professional goal. Comets lead 1-0. That wouldn't last long. Second period, still 1-0. Crunch, they get a goal. Wojciech Stoisiak finds the net, tying it up. A couple minutes later, a Crunch power play. Dylan Duke deflects the shot for a goal. 2-1 game, 5:58 in the second. And then we're still in the second period. Crunch, another power play, this time Duke using a wrister to extend it to a 2-goal lead for Syracuse. A little over 5 minutes left in the second. Tristan Allard would get the shot in the slot, buries the one-timer. Crunch flip the script in the period, and they're going to win big in this one thanks to that second period. A 6-2 final. Comets back home Friday night against the Senators for the Jack Kane dedication game. SUNY Poly men's basketball